you are looking at a live picture from our Liberty University Skycam in beautiful Lynchburg. You'll notice that at Liberty we are drying things out after picking up on some rain here not too long ago. You're even noticing some breaks of sunshine, especially as you get closer to the Blue Ridge, looking to the north and also to the west. Let's show you what the radar picture looks like in and around Lynchburg. And again, there might be some lighter showers in and around the greater Lynchburg area, but the heaviest rain has shifted to the east. Most of this has shifted either outside of the viewing area or into Appomattox County. We're going into Appomattox County, and we're going to show you that areas near Country Club Road, Pumping Station Road, right along Highway 24, Highway 460, areas near, looks like Horseshoe Road, Spring Grove Road, still dealing with some moderate to at times heavy rain. As we go farther down to the south and also to the west, we have some very heavy rain in and around Elk Creek and northern parts of Grayson County. Also some heavier downpours out across parts of Wythe and Carroll counties. We're zooming in, though, to Floyd and also into areas along the Pulaski-Montgomery County line, areas right along Interstate 81, Highway 8, Highway 221 into Floyd, Indian Valley, areas near Auburn High School, dealing with torrential rain, and there's some thunder and lightning as well. That severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for Halifax and Charlotte County, also in effect for Patrick County, that has been allowed to expire. So we are severe thunderstorm free right now. This is all moving to the east, by the way, at 25 miles per hour. I think we're still going to be on the unsettled side here as we head throughout the course of the evening. We are not alone. Really, from the Great Lakes states south into the Mississippi River Valley, we've got a whole lot of shower and thunderstorm activity. Reason being, we've got a front that's kind of just sitting there to the north of us, and it's going to not move over the course of probably the next 3 to 4 days. We have flash flood watches in effect from Kansas all the way east into our nation's capital, farther east into New Jersey. So lots of heavy rain in areas east of the Mississippi here over the last 24 to 48 hours, and that trend will continue. Notice for us, scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms through about midnight. After that, maybe a few leftover showers. Otherwise, Tuesday starts out dry with some sun. However, by lunchtime tomorrow, we're going to have some isolated thunder showers around. Those will become much more numerous as we head later into the afternoon, into the early to mid-evening hours. Heaviest rain should get out of here by around midnight tomorrow night. As far as how much rain we get from now through Wednesday around lunchtime, anywhere from about a ½ an inch to over 2 inches of rain possible. For that reason, localized flooding will need to be monitored as heavy rain threat is there. Could have a couple of stronger thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, too. That could contain some wind and also some hail. There's going to be a lot of thunder and lightning in these thunderstorms as well. Temperatures have gone down here over the last about 3 hours or so because of the rain. 77 in Roanoke, 83 in Danville, 81 in Wytheville. Your extended forecast showing a lot of heat and a lot of humidity around for the next 7 days. Highs in the mid to upper 80s. We're unsettled through Thursday. Friday, we welcome in summer, and we welcome in more sunshine too, with some hit or miss thunder showers possible Saturday and Sunday. But it looks like the 3 wettest days out of the next 7 will lie Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with Tuesday and Thursday looking to be the wettest.